Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, and today I'll be showing you guys the 80s sounds that I found based on my experience on GarageBand. So just to let you know, these sounds are not 100% authentic like synthesizers back in the 80s. So I'm just gonna show it to y'all based on my experience. So let's take a look. So first I want to show y'all the sound that sounds a lot, actually a lot like synthesizers back in the 80s. It's located at Synth Classics and it's called Spectrum Echo. So at first it sounds a little too sharp, so you turn up the attack a little and release, and if you turn down the octave, it sounds like 80s synth bass. This is one of my favorite synths because you can turn it to many different type of sounds. So if you turn up the cutoff too much, it sounds a little too sharp, like stabs. So you want to turn it down a little. Now it sounds a little better. But if you turn up the octave and give it a boost on the cutoff, you can make 80s synthesizer melodies. So it sounds pretty much like 80s synthesizers, right? So let's move on to the next one. So another instrument is the simple lead, located in synth leads. So it sounds like synth bass and synth melodies as well, back in the 80s. So sounds like that at first. So you gotta turn up the attack, release a little. Now that sounds like 80 synthesizer bass. So based on my experience, it can sound a little more authentic by recording two octaves. So you record this one and also a lower one. So let's just experiment right now. So let's do it. So we're gonna duplicate the instrument and we're gonna copy the recording, paste, and we're gonna edit it and give it a higher octave. Okay, let's hear it. It sounds a little too sharp, I think. We gotta turn up the attack. It sounds a little better with the reverb. If you turn up the reverb, it sounds a little more less stabby, So that's the simple lead. You can also turn up the octave, so it sounds a little like 80s synthesizer melody. You can turn the attack to whatever stabs you like. So that's the simple lead. Let's move on to the next one. Now we move on to the drums. So like 3 or 4 weeks ago, GarageBand just added an update on vintage drums. So this is part of the vintage drum machine updates. This is one of my favorite drums now. It's called the rain drum. So let's take a look. So it sounds very 80s. So hear it. So it's got that 80s clap sound and also the cowbell. So it sounds very 80s. They got more drums too. So let's take a look at the other drums. Another good 80s drum is the modern TR-707. so it sounds good as well. But in my opinion, the Lindrum is better. So let's take a look at more drums. So another favorite set of drums of mine is the sequential drum tracks. This sounds it sounds like drums back in the 80s, really, like almost the same, like that's in my opinion. So let's hear it. So it sounds like that. So I swear I've heard that clap in an 80s song somewhere. So what do you think? These drum sounds awesome in my opinion. Before the update we used something else like the pile driver set of drums. It's an electronic drum too. Before the update we used this one. So that's the drums. Let's move on to the other instruments. So on making of this video I just found this instrument called rich oscillators. It sounds very sharp and stabby at first. You gotta turn up the attack and the release. So, and when you turn down the cutoff by a little more than half, it sounds like synth bass as well. So let's just record a little bit. It sounds pretty good. And when you turn up the octave, it sounds like 80s melodies too. Sounds pretty good. Okay, so now I just want to make a little piece of music from the 80s synths. So now I'm just gonna make the 80s synth bass. You gotta turn up the tempo. Usually 80s songs like 130 on the tempo. Sounds a little fast, so I'm just gonna put it 133. Okay, so we're gonna loop it and we're gonna duplicate the track and copy this one and add it at a higher octave. Okay, let's hear it. Oops, made a mistake right there. Okay, I'll be back for a second. Okay, so it sounds like this. Okay, now we're gonna use a spectrum echo for the background melodies. I'm gonna turn up the reverb so it sounds a little better. Okay, now we're gonna add the drums with the sequential drum tracks. Okay. I made some mistakes during the recording. I fixed them and it sounds like this now. So let's hear it. So there you have it. And if you want to add more of that 80s feel, you can use the hard rock guitar. It's over here, so it sounds like one of those 80s movies soundtracks. You can add these and add more reverb to it. So there you have it, folks. Thank you for watching this video. Please, about my mistakes, I apologize, because I'm not a musician. I just play with my hearing. So thank you for watching. If you want to subscribe, then thank you, and I'll see you guys next time. See you.